Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 23rd. What's really weird is I almost called you Cancer at the beginning of this reading, and I wasn't even thinking about Cancer. So if you have Cancer in your chart or something, you might want to go watch that reading. You have this indirect source card in this viewpoint card. So, a lot of people this week have had these cards, like the Hangman, for example. That would represent kind of like how you look at something. And I know that's like overly simple, but I think that your perspective on things this week could be very important. How you see things could be like how things go for you this week, if that makes sense. And so I would, number one, make sure that you keep it positive, which I don't think you have a problem with. But, and also, so far, you have very good cards. You have this card that says the end of a tough cycle approaches. You have this happy card, which is like one of my favorite cards in this deck. And you have the Ten of Cups, which is also a very happy card. So a lot of you could just be attracting a lot of happiness. But again, I do think that your perspective matters, like how you see things. And so I would definitely keep it positive. You also you have the Tower and the Judgment card. This is coming up in the good stuff, and the Tower and the Judgment card I consider the most powerful combination in the tarot. It is like a big aha moment or a big light bulb moment going off in your head. So there could be a big light bulb moment for you this week as well. You have the Magician, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Wands. The Magician is a card of manifestation, and he is pointing down to the moon in the Ten of Cups here. The moon is kind of also a card of manifestation. Sometimes I feel that the moon is like something that exists up here that we have to bring down to earth. So the moon is something that you have to manifest, right? And but the moon can represent fears, fantasies, illusions, not seeing things clearly. And that's like a little bit of the problem with the moon, is that sometimes we don't exactly see like how we are going to complete our journey. The moon is part of the fool's journey. And there really is no good answer with the moon, because the solution with the moon is just to keep pushing forward, because the moon is temporary. The moon comes up, the moon goes down, the sun comes up. So eventually, the sun comes up is kind of what the moon says. And we just have to, go on the journey, and that's it. So I feel a lot of you, it's like you're being asked to like complete some sort of journey here. You have the Seven of Cups. One other thing I wanted to say with the Magician as well is, before I forget, is that, I also, as I was putting that card down, it was like saying to me, you need to make sure you're using the right tool for the job, right? The Magician, he has mastery over all the suits in the tarot in front of him, and he's making sure that he's using the right tool for the job. So, again, if something isn't working in your life, again, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is a card of variety and it being spoiled for choice. And so if one way to do something that you want to accomplish isn't working, then doing things in another way, could be more beneficial. So, it's kind of like a card of making sure that you do things in the best way. And, again, he has all these options in front of him. There's in some of those cups there are good things, and some of those cups there are bad things. And he needs to make sure that he is picking like the good things in those cups to make something happen. And, that's what I would be doing with the Seven of Cups, is like making sure that you're picking the good cups and focusing on the good this week. You have the Two of Wands. Yeah, it's like, I think this card is trying to say that it's not a good week for you to play small, Sag, which is not really necessarily what the Two of Wands represents. But I get this more kind of go for it type of energy here. And you also have the Chariot as well, which is a victory. And so I kind of get this energy of you really needing to, if you're going to do something, like do it, go all the way. The Fool, it can be a very similar energy. The Fool kind of says you have to jump in head first. You have to like really dive into something and make it happen. And I kind of get that energy on the Two of Wands, like I said, that it's really saying it's not time to like play with something. It's time to do something. And that's exactly what I would be doing with that Two of Wands energy. We have a lot of good travel cards here, by the way, or, if you're just like adventuring, traveling, going on vacation, these cards look pretty good. With the Magician, you have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups can be your emotions overflowing, being very happy. So the Ace of Cups can say that there is a lot of happiness and joy coming in for you with the Ace of Cups. Could also be a love offer as well if you're looking for love. So, like I said, I feel pretty good about the Ace of Cups. Could be something good coming in for you. I also feel this, with the Seven of Cups and also the Magician, This could be about you choosing a cup, as in, like I said, there are good things and bad things in the cups on the Seven of Cups, but he has to pick one cup and make it happen, and that's what I would do here. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior. Nine of Wands says do not give up. So if you are working or have been working towards a specific goal, wish, or dream, I would definitely keep going here, Sag. I feel like you're very close because you have in your next row, again, you have that card that says the end of a tough cycle approaches. So with the moon, sometimes I do feel like the moon is saying, don't give up before you get to the finish line. Like you're almost there. We'll talk about that in a second. With the Two of Wands, you have the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about allowing your curiosity to guide you sometimes. Sure, could represent a person spying and everything like that, but we don't really see that here. There's a little bit of love, but, not a ton. So I would say that this card is more encouraging you, Sagittarius, to allow your curiosity to guide you or lead you. I think that this is a great card for asking questions. It's a great card for, tapping into your higher self energies and all that other stuff, and that's what I would be doing with the Page of Swords. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this cardinal moon. It says be bold, make the first move. You have this full moon in Capricorn. It says the end of a tough cycle approaches. So again, it could be a good time to take some sort of leap of faith with the Fool card and to make the first move on something. I don't really feel like this is love. I feel like this is an aha moment that you're having with the Tower and the Judgment card. So if you have any ideas to get started on something, I definitely would, because Judgment, Tower, very positive, very good for you, and can definitely represent a new opportunity coming in for you. But again, also could be the end of a tough cycle approaching here with the full moon in Capricorn for sure. You have the Fool, the Moon, and the Three of Cups. The Fool can be about taking a leap of faith in a new direction. So I definitely feel it would be a good time for you to, take a leap of faith towards any new beginnings, especially going down to the Tower. Again, the Tower I wouldn't worry about because it's coming up in the good stuff, but the Tower can definitely be a shakeup, but you could be creating a shakeup in your own life. The Tower is like a light bulb moment. The lightning bolt is hitting the top of the Tower, which can represent a sudden revelation, sudden insights, or a sudden new understanding in your life. And I feel like this is saying don't hesitate for sure. So I get that type of energy. I also get that energy here. Again, with the moon, we have to see something through to the end. The part that's standing out to me for you is we have these two pillars on the moon. The two pillars are a warning to the Fool to not get off his path. He has to reach these mountains in the background here, and he needs to see something through to the end. So again, if you're doing something, I would make sure that you are seeing something through to the end with the Moon card so that you can find success, right? And, that's what I would be doing with this energy, is kind of seeing something all the way through to the end, and don't give up now. Those two pillars are like a warning to the Fool. They kind of are like a distraction. I kind of feel that energy a little bit for you, not too bad, but with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Wands says don't give up, and it basically says you need to keep pushing forward. So I would keep pushing forward. You have the Three of Cups. You also have the Three of Pentacles as well. And so these are amazing cards for teamwork and working together with other people. I feel like I say this to you every week, Sag, that you need to make sure that you're number one. You need to make sure that you are the one that is getting all the credit for the work that you're doing, especially with that Three of Pentacles. So I think it's a great time, or would be a great time, for you to work together with other people, as long as you're making sure that you are standing out. As long as you're making sure that you're kind of coming out on top here. With the Three of Cups, and that's really what I would be paying attention to, basically. With the Fool, you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can be a turnaround, or it can be a soulmate coming in for you as well. And again, I do feel that there still could be a little bit of a love offer coming in here. So if you want love, definitely could be a soulmate coming in for you. But the Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, like I said. So, we can be bumping up against an obstacle, and then we get the Six of Cups, and that obstacle is basically removed. And, that's the part that represents a turnaround. So I do feel that some of you could be experiencing a turnaround with the Six of Cups, which would be great. With the moon, you have the Page of Cups. Again, could be a little bit of an admirer. It's kind of a weird love reading. It's I'm not sure if it's you I'm maybe what I'm trying to say here is that maybe you're just not looking for love this week, right? Because there is love showing up here, but I also don't feel love, and I read based off of my feelings, right? So, again, yeah, sure, there are these love cards here. Yeah, sure, it could represent love coming in for you if you want it, but I don't know. I think that there could be something else, maybe that's distracting you, but not like this is not a bad thing. I don't think this is a bad distraction. I just think you're focused on other things, is what I'm trying to say. Obviously you're all different, and some of you probably want love, and if you do, it exists. It's here for you. This can be a secret admirer or just an admirer coming in for you. One thing I will say is that we have this fish in this cup. We don't know if that fish exists or not. It might be real. It might not be real. So the fish could be part of his imagination. We see a lot of your imagination here, Sagittarius, and it might be a good time for you to double down on something you want. Again, we have all these cups cards, and so I'm wondering if what the reading is really saying is sure, some of you there could be love here, but I'm wondering if the reading is really asking you to pick one cup and that is part of your dream, and to bring it down to earth and make it happen. That's kind of the feeling I get here. With the Three of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. Four Wands can, of course, represent marriage or commitment, so more love stuff. Again, if it is love, it does look good, but the Four Wands is also a card of freedom. I think that you need to create more freedom, is what the Four Wands is saying. It's saying you need to create more freedom for yourself in your life. You need to enjoy yourself more. You have the Ten of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Cups. You have this happy card. A lot of your readings over the past few months have been basically talking about you needing to enjoy yourself more, or you needing to get back to your happy-go-lucky Sagittarius nature. The Four Wands sometimes just says we just have to commit to it. We just have to make it a thing, right? We just have to decide that we are going to make something part of our lives, including happiness, right? We do have to choose happiness. We do have to choose to do things that do make us happy and all that other good stuff. So, that's what I would basically be doing with the Four of Wands. Next, in the area of what's coming, messages from your future self, you have this Loyal Heart card and this Happy card. Again, if you are attracting love, I do feel that you could be attracting a very loyal person with that Loyal Heart card. The Happy card I love in this deck because she is channeling happiness through the top of her head. And so I think a lot of you need to do more things to bring more happiness into your life. The Loyal Heart card says you need to do more of what you are loyal to, your heart, whatever your heart is loyal to. This could be things that you enjoy doing, hobbies, interests, things like that. I would be doing more of all those things because I think they will bring more good energy, good vibes into your life. You have the Knight of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. The Knight of Wands can be you charging forward in a new direction. So the Knight of Wands is a card of adventure. I do think it would be an amazing time for you to go on a new adventure or to do new things. So if you're thinking about doing anything new, this would be very good. We also have the Page of Swords. And the Knight of Wands, he has these pyramids down here. And so the Knight of Wands can represent looking into mystery, or going on the adventure of stepping into mystery, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It's just popping into my head that if there are things that are mysteries to you, that it might be a good time to research those things. Now, these could be good. We're talking about positive things here, business ideas, people, things that you think you might enjoy doing with your life. I would be doing my research in those areas of my life if I were you with this card in the Page of Swords, because you never know what you might discover. I mean, part of me thinks this reading is basically saying that it's a time of discovery for Sagittarius. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card of putting your work on display. So I think that a lot of you could be kind of putting your work on display here. You could be trying to stand out in some way as well with the Three of Pentacles. So I think it is a good time for fire signs to stand out just in general. I basically say it in every single fire sign reading. I think fire signs should be doing things to stand out more. Whether you want a raise or promotion at work, whether you want love or some other type of attention, I would be doing whatever you can to stand out and get as much attention as possible. It's just going to be extra beneficial right now, Sagittarius. Really, it's not there's like a million good reasons to do it other than it will, you will. The reason you should stand out right now is because the energy exists for you to stand out, right? And I think that there could be just, I don't know, like a lot of benefits from standing out. The other thing that's popping into my head here with some of these cards is that if you have not given up on something, Nine of Wands, as in if you have been working on something for a long time, like a side project, side hustle, YouTube channel, podcast, whatever, I feel like this is saying that you're about to get some, like a boost here. I'm not saying that you're going to be famous overnight, but I definitely feel like if you've been working towards something for a while and you haven't given up, that there could be like a little bit of a boost here with the Three of Pentacles. You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups can be like fortune after difficulty, or happy home, happy family, or good things coming in for you after a difficult period of time. So I do feel like there could be a lot of like blessings coming in for you with the Ten of Cups. I also feel that this could be a little bit of love because we go Ace of Cups, Page of Cups to the Ten of Cups. So if you're looking for love, you definitely could be attracting a person that you could start a family with in the future. I'm not saying you have to do this right now, but, could be someone that you start a family with in the future. The Ten of Cups can also represent fortune after difficulty. So I do feel like some of you could be experiencing, good things happening after a difficult period of time. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles, here's one thing I will show you, is we have the Two of Wands here up to the Four of Pentacles. Two of Wands says you have to leave a comfort zone. Four of Pentacles basically says the same thing. He's holding on to a limiting circumstance. He's holding on to something that is kind of limiting him. He has his city behind him. We also have the city behind the Chariot. The whole point of the Chariot is to set yourself apart and to move away from what is familiar. Plain and simple, I would just be letting go of what is familiar. Seven of Cups, variety, Magician, the Fool, all these cards basically say you need to leave a comfort zone. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. It is a weird time of competition. We have all this weird energy in Aries. But the weird thing is, we are really in a time of co-creation. So I think that we should be studying the competition, especially if you're working on a project or a business or an idea. You should look at the competition, but you shouldn't compare yourself. And you should also see what they're doing and what they're not doing. And then you should do whatever you can to stand out. Again, I think it's an amazing time where people don't realize that actually, even if there's a lot of competition for something that you want to do, it's a really good time to stand out above the competition by being different. So there you go. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Page of Pentacles. It's like good news. Definitely could be a new person here, Sag. Again, for whatever reason, I feel like you're not maybe focused on love, but if you want it, there definitely could be a new person. Page of Pentacles can also just represent like a new beginning coming in for you. So, this could be a new beginning for some of you. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the self-care card. It says, if you want to live like royalty, start by treating yourself like royalty. Yes. You have this love card. It says, love is the greatest of successes on the path to prosperity. Who can fully experience abundance without it? So, a lot, again, there could be love. This could also be something that you will love coming in for you. It doesn't have to be a person. This could be you like enjoying a hobby more or just enjoying your life in general more. We have this happy card, so there's definitely a lot of happiness coming in for you. You have the Judgment card, the Chariot, and the Tower. Again, Tower and Judgment is a major wake-up call, a major revelation, a major new understanding. It is, to me, the most powerful combination in the tarot. So if you are having any aha moments this week, I would definitely charge towards those things with the Chariot because they will lead to a victory. I also feel a lot of you are starting to understand your purpose more, why you're here. I think people get too caught up in the whole purpose thing. I think our purpose is to come here and create our own reality, whatever that means for you. And so I don't think anyone is meant to come to Earth and to become a dentist. If that's what you truly enjoy, then absolutely that's your purpose. But, I don't necessarily think we have this thing that we're supposed to do. There might be things along the way, right? But again, I think you're kind of understanding your purpose more. You have the Chariot, which is like a victory or a big success coming in for you. So I think that for a lot of you, there could be a big success coming in, especially if you're setting yourself apart. Again, he has a city behind him here on this card, and he is doing something to set himself apart. He's leaving that city so he can go experience new things in life, so he can go experience new directions in life. And, I think having new experiences is what the Chariot wants you to do. I think doing new things is what the Chariot wants you to do as well. You have the Tower, so definitely some sort of like light bulb moment coming in for you here, Sag, or some sort of aha moment. The other thing is Judgment, Chariot, Tower can be a move. So some of you could be moving, or you could be making a move. Like you could be getting a new job and going from one job to another. You could be making some other type of move as well. With the Judgment card, you have the Six of Swords. Yes, definitely improvements, which is good. The Judgment card can be a card of improvement. Those people are stepping into a new life. And the Six of Swords is about moving on to calmer shores. So a lot of you could be just like moving on to calmer shores here. With the Chariot, you have two cards. The Three of Cups wanted to pop out there, but the card I was pulling is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands, again, is out with the old, in with the new. Three of Cups is a celebration. Chariot, he's moving towards the new, obviously, because he's leaving the familiar behind, right? And so I think that anything you can do to let go of the past and step into new experiences is going to be very fulfilling for you here, Sag. There's a lot of fulfillment in this reading. I think a lot of you, really, it's like you could be charging towards fulfillment with those cards. With the Tower, you have the Two of Swords. It's like some of you could be understanding why a Tower moment had to happen in the past. I wouldn't really say this is like a blessing in disguise, but the Two of Swords can be a card of being stuck in a stalemate. Coming up in the good stuff, it can say, obviously, you're setting yourself free, and you're like getting out of some sort of stuck situation. So you could be setting yourself free. You have this butterfly. It says a change for the better. So there you go. The whole entire reading basically says a change for the better. Really, that's what this reading is talking about. You have this rainbow. It says basically the same thing. It says the most difficult part of a situation is over. So, yeah, I mean, really, on a very, your readings are always the most simple readings out of everybody that I read for, Sagittarius, which I'm not sure why, but I think it's a good thing. There's no reason to want overly complicated readings. That would mean your life is overly complicated, right? So I think this is a good thing, but I definitely feel a lot of you, it's like the end of a tough cycle approaches. You have this card, the most difficult part of a situation is over, major improvements. You have this Gong card. It says an exciting event. Tower. Tower in the good stuff can definitely be something exciting, or an exciting announcement or good news coming in. You have this Shark. It says take care, there will be loss of material wealth. I think everybody should pay attention to their finances. I say this all the time, that even if you have $1 billion in the bank account, I wouldn't be like spending it all over the place. I think everybody needs to do this. You have this Owl. It says good advice from a wise person. Yeah, it's an amazing time for mentors. I literally just said to Leo that, we are kind of in a time where I think all of us should be looking for a mentor. This person doesn't actually have to be a person that you pay money to or anything. I have mentors that are dead. I still watch their videos on YouTube. So, again, a mentor can be free, and a mentor can just be a person where you just watch their videos or you read their books or whatever. But definitely looking for answers is a good thing to do right now. But this looks pretty good, Sag. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.